Blog Talk Radio.
You're listening to RVD Radio.
Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Kushinator! Spin assassinator! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! A damn got straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! You get down to straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! I will fly high! 5-star broad blast! You can't stop me! 5-star broad blast! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! It's all about the king of the game! The balance of power is in! You can't stop the king of the game! The balance of power is in! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! I will levitate! Flip kick you in the air! I will decimate! You can prepare for! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! 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 Drop it down! The whole fucking show!
Fucking A, happy October 18th, everybody. We made it. Not everybody did, but we made it. Maybe the dead are listening too. I don't know. This goes without saying. I didn't say anything because it went without saying. Hey, my voice sounds different. Fuck, so what? I'm okay. Got a little bit of a cold trying to catch me that settled in my throat. Let's get that out of the way right now. If it's too scratchy to listen to, let me know. We'll end the show now. Or we'll let someone else take over, because I got Bruce Jingles, and I'm going to talk to Kushinator, and hopefully Officer X, and SVD might pop her head in here. I got Assistant Stevie in the room. Say what up, Stevie?
What up, Stevie?
Exactly, man. That's exactly how SVD does it. Exactly. And I'm going to talk to Sabu. Where the fuck is Sabu been? Everyone keeps asking me that. How's Sabu? How is he? How's he been? He's fine. He hasn't been on our show in a while, but I'm expecting to talk to him in a little while. In fact, he just texted me and said he's going to call in. That doesn't mean necessarily that he will, from past experience. Hopefully that he will. I haven't done a show in a few weeks, as is always the case. But we mentioned last time, I got the RVD's Twisted Perception comic book up on the site. You go to robvanam.com and go to RVD Productions and see all that shit, everything I'm doing. We still have some of the limited copies available before that goes to the publisher, and then they make a whole different version of it with a different cover and take out all the extra pages and all kinds of stuff. But there's that, and we're still working on the Platypi Productions, expecting to have a couple of new logos out within a week, so I'm excited about that. The Nonconformity shirt, still awesome, but we got some more within that theme. Just so you know, keep up, see what else. Oh, that's right, I fucking won the X Division World Championship. I think it's a world championship. I don't know. Why not? I'll defend it all over the fucking world. Who's going to beat me? Matter of fact, I'm going to Amsterdam right now to look for some competition. Start out at my favorite place as long as I got to travel. Yeah. Bound for Glory happened. I wrestled Zima Ion. Awesome match, of course. And as usual, busted out some moves that I haven't done in quite a while. I don't know. Pay-per-views kind of amp me up like that, especially this crowd in Phoenix, Arizona. They were hot. When I came through the curtains and everybody was screaming, RVD, it was insane. You know, not quite the same energy as a Manhattan Ballroom when I beat Cena, but I would say pretty much the same 100% of the crowd cheering, and there was a lot more people than you could fit in the ballroom center. I'm not saying they had that New York aggressive vibe to them, that Cena wins and we riot shit, but it was awesome. More of a positive energy thing. They love me, and I love them too. So, in case you missed it, or maybe you just don't really keep up, and maybe you want to start keeping up now, RVD is the X Division champion. The X Division, from my understanding, because it's a little bit confusing, because a lot of people want to associate it with a weight class, call it like a lightweight. I thought that, and I had a match there once a year or two ago. You guys remember, it was like me and Jerry Lynn and Christopher Daniels and AJ and some kind of crazy tag match. And I thought, you know, hey, isn't this like a junior division? And I was told Samoa Joe wrestled in it, Abyss, I guess. So they said it has more to do with the extreme style. I said, well, fuck, I pioneered that shit. So now I'm X Division champion. Maybe I can make some new standards for expectations of what you get out of an X Division match.
That was a good one.
Yeah. A lot of people are hoping that. Thanks, Steve. A lot of people are hoping that, you know, saying RVD going to bring some credibility now to it. Others are saying, hey, now maybe you'll use that to go for the heavyweight belts, which kind of sidelines the importance of it. I don't know. I made the TV championship mean just as much as the heavyweight championship back in the ECW days. Could be fun. You never know. And I guess apparently they said something about it being 225-pound weight limit. So right away, after I won the belt, everyone's coming up to me at the pay-per-view saying, I want to see you step on a scale. And they said, I tell Zima to have you step on a scale. But apparently they changed the shit. And that's what happens in wrestling. They change stuff all the time, which has a lot to do with the topic of our show, by the way. Which is changing records. Going back in time, changing records. That's some shit. Big news for me yesterday was that Lance Armstrong is being dropped by Nike because apparently he's dirty, like he failed some drug tests, or I don't know. They say they have seemingly, what was the word? Unsurmountable evidence against him. And I heard him do an interview or two, but it's been months. And back in the day, he seemed convincing. He was like, fuck no. I mean, I'm doing everything by the book. And besides, I don't have a hard time thinking, you know, that maybe everybody's doing whatever the standard is that we looked at as cheating. I don't know. And I don't even know what it's about. Blood doping, I guess, which what I know about that is like you take your blood out and then you give it back to yourself later, and it has more nutrients in it from before because of when you take it or some shit. I don't know. I don't know exactly. It's something that I definitely have never done. And from the sounds of, if you're taking your blood out and putting it back in, that doesn't sound like that should be cheating anyway. But I don't know. I mean, there's rules and then there's perspectives. And I saw, like, I was just rolling through Twitter yesterday, and I saw Harley Levin saying, he tweeted that it's so confusing, the line gets blurred because pro athletes take creatine and amino acids anyway, and those are performance enhancers. And I responded with, well, non-athletes, normal people, take coffee to enhance their performances.
True.
Yeah, whether it's driving or you're giving a speech or you just want to stay awake, whatever, so that is also a performance enhancer if you're going by the label. So somewhere there's a line, and then, you know, there's an official line, so it's not like up to everybody to argue about, like, whether the line is being crossed or not, because it's specifically written in rule books. They want to disqualify Lance Armstrong. They think they have enough evidence that he's been cheating or whatever. Okay, so Nike dropped him as a sponsor. I guess he dropped out from competition on his own, from what I understand. And I guess he's stepping down from being the chairman position of the cancer fundraiser, Stand Up to Cancer. And I'm bummed about that because, I mean, that's a huge, huge deal. They do a annual, like, telethon with all the A-list celebrities and raise millions of dollars. And anyway, I'm sure they're not all doing it for Lance Armstrong, but right now, you know, he's got like a little dirty bruise to his name, and whether he's guilty or not, that's been decided that he is. So he's done. That's not enough. So what they're doing is they go back in time now, 12 years back into all the records, all the races that he won. They take him out, and it actually changes history. And I'm not sure that that's the right thing to do. I mean, I don't know. And the guy that got second place, now he gets first place, won all the money, endorsements, and everything that Lance got. You can't take all that away anyway. I mean, he got the benefits or whatever, but also,
Money you can.
Well, I guess you could fine him. I guess you could literally fine him. The glory, basically what I'm saying is, like, he won and had his day, and now we're going back. And the guy that was second place, I don't know. Did we investigate him like we did Lance? Because maybe the guy at second place was cheating too, and that's always the argument, is it cheating if everybody does it? I think overall, when you take the chance and decide, you know, you're going to, you know, say you're in a big race and you take a shortcut, well, you're gambling. If you get caught, you're fucked. But if you don't get caught, then you win. He got away with it. Let's move on. It's been 12 fucking years. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's something to discuss. And I put a tweet out yesterday and said, let's talk about this on the radio show today. And I got some fucking responses that I will try and share. Johnny No One Panics says his entire career is a sham. I'm not. And then, okay, so that's against it. And then a lot of other guys were saying that it's wrong to go back in time. But, man, there's so many in between about people that want to toke with me. Everybody, Luke Sevillani says everybody else was cheating as well, mate. What's the point? Just leave those years blank. And Chris K says, agreed, there's no proof he was on any enhancements at the time of his wins. Jason Miller says, I think it's lame, can't go back and change time. Don Capel says that would be pretty weak to get all retroactive. Then Sean McMillan says, the man cheated for everything he ever won. He doesn't deserve to be called a champion. So, obviously, you know, I was excited. I was glad to know that there's both points of view on this, because that always makes a good debate. And, you know, fuck, I'm not really sure that I feel strong enough about it. And I don't have all the information, but it's definitely questionable. They do it with baseball players. I will always remember the name Ben Johnson just because of how impactful that was at that part of my life. Because, like, when I was in high school, just getting into nutrition and lifting weights and reading Muscle and Fitness and trying to get on my professional athlete career. You know, I knew I wanted to wrestle. I was trying to learn everything I could. And I was reading about steroids because it was in the news everywhere, because an Olympic athlete, this hero, had cheated and was caught with steroids. And so they took his medal away, and it was just huge news, huge news. The movie Bigger, Stronger, Faster that my friend Chris Bell made is awesome. It's so elaborate. If you haven't seen that, RVD recommends highly that you watch it. Bigger, Stronger, Faster. It talks about steroids, and they go through every single scandal you've ever heard of. It's so elaborate. They go to all the athletes. They go to the Congress, the baseball hearings, everywhere. This kid that supposedly killed himself on him, he goes and talks to his dad about it and compares steroids with alcohol from the perspective of that's pushed in the stadiums with all the beer ads, and it's known to kill. And steroids undocument, it's such a small killer. They went through and compared it to all the other drugs. It's just very, very elaborate. You should see it. And that name Ben Johnson will always stick out in my mind is the guy that they say cheated. And it's great as an adult to have an adult perspective and go back and take a look at that, which you'll do when you watch the movie. They can't. I mean, they took his win away from him, obviously, and now, I mean, he argues and says everybody was on it. He says, I think he was on like that shit you have in cold medicine, pseudometaphine or something, and but I remember they had said he was on Winstrol because that was like the first time that I've ever heard of it. Blog Talk radio producer Nikki Starr couldn't make this show today, but taking her place, stepping in all the way across the pond is Mad Dog Matt Denton. Cheers, matey.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for helping us out with this show, yo.
No problem, dude.
Does my voice sound different from overseas?
Yeah, you sound really high right now. To be fair, you probably are really high right now.
That shouldn't be too different. Okay. Well, dude, it's a big deal over here right now. They go back and they change records. I think, did they do that with Pete Rose? Like, didn't they find out that he gambled and they went back and he was like, it seemed like they either did or they wanted to change his record. I'm not much of a sports fan. So.
I think they wanted to change it, but as far as Pete Rose goes, I think they just like, no, you can't have your Hall of Fame deal.
Right. Yeah. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I got second place in the 1990 Kalamazoo Tough Man contest. I was runner-up, and I felt like, I could have got first place. I was so close, and I knew that I felt like I let myself down because I wasn't like at my best. I could see where I could have done better, and I was so upset. And then I was like, well, second place is pretty good, but now I don't know. Maybe I can go back and have Emmanuel Rodriguez investigated and find out. Maybe he shouldn't be in that number one spot. Maybe I should. He got $1,000. I only got $250. I'm just saying that maybe he owes me a share of that $750 difference.
Maybe you can claim interest on it too.
Yeah, the bank taught me all about that. Believe me. So, how's Matt Denton doing today?
I'm doing pretty damn well. No pun intended.
Let's see. Do you see the because damn, I guess that would be the pun there, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's a good one. Cool, dude. So I want to talk to Officer X when he calls in too. He's studying for some bullshit test or something those real job people have. But I think about prison sentences too. Like sometimes people will get appealed, their cases get appealed, or they get or some new evidence comes in, or hey, we got DNA now. We didn't used to have that. Let's go back and look at it, or whatever. It happens all the time where people get found out that they're innocent, and here they did 10 years, and the state or whoever arrested them writes them a check, but oh my God, you're never going to get that 10 years back out of your life. I mean, even if you were wrongly convicted, you're a fucking convict, and you're probably way different now, just because for 10 years you've had to survive in that kind of environment.
Yeah, I doubt there's any kind of compensation that can give you back 10 years and embarrassment and frustration that you can't get a job because you're labeled a convict by society.
And I hope that I never find out. I think that's similar, though. Like when you try to go back in time and fix shit. It's like I'm going to call my boy Kushinator here. I should send you the number so you can do this, but I think I'm coordinated enough to do it while I'm talking. Kushinator, he's been on our show many times because he had the MJ dispensary in down there at the beach, and the way that they change the rules all the time with the cannabis, which is news today. Actually, the county is again looking today at the whole situation, but I want to see if he's been a victim of them going back in past and changing records. Kushalicious, did you answer?
You just called me.
Yeah, I know, so you did answer. That'd be a yes. I'm calling you from the radio show, yo. Happy RVD Radio.
Yeah, I was getting ready to just call in.
Dude, all right, cool. I'll save you the trouble. Hey, we're talking about how going back in time and changing records and discussing the validity of it. Is it okay to do that, to go back, change athletes' records, and after you find that they cheated, can you go back and take away their win? Especially 12 years back, they're doing with Lance Armstrong. I know when they were busting all the marijuana dispensaries, one of the crimes that the government was doing was going back in time and then adding interest or denying taxes that were previously accepted. I think for 2 or 3 years back, if I understand right, even though they were accepting the taxes and the business was a legitimate business, they then decided it was no longer legitimate, and then the taxes paid were also void. Were you a victim of that at all?
Yes. Yeah, I was a big victim of that, and I'm actually going through that right now as we speak, which is very, very stressful that they can do that. And especially like going on advice of like people like my CPA and stuff, and asking their advice because I don't know everything about taxes. I don't know everything about the laws. You know, you go on your advice of when you start a business of your CPA and your lawyers and stuff. And according to my CPA, I was able to write off, certain taxes for certain years. And then we come to find out that they go, oh no, marijuana, you're even though it's legal in California, it's still legal federally, so we're not accepting that. Well, why didn't you tell us that originally? And how can you just go and turn around like that and totally screw up someone's life that, they're like people are barely getting by these days, and with the economy the way it is, and then to just go and fuck with somebody and be like, yeah, we changed our mind. And it's like, that's not fair. You should have brought that up when the business, like my business was open a few years ago, and now they're coming after me as a closed down business, and that's not fair. It's like, why didn't you come after me when my business was open, and I could have paid those taxes no problem. Now I'm in a position where they're coming after, like trying to come after me personally and on a closed down business from years ago. And it's like, that's completely not fair. That's not American. That's not constitutional. None of that. I mean, you find out about the presidents, about them having all these, like, these different businesses and these different accounts to try and funnel money and this and that. And, oh, we're not going to look at that. Oh, let's not talk about that. But for us regular Americans that are barely getting by paying our taxes, they look at everything and they don't care, and it's just like they just take advantage of this. So it's just completely not fair. I don't know if I answered your question, but I think we were just going into the topic. So, yeah, that's where basically I'm at right now. And I have a lot of resentment towards our, what's going on and how that they treat us. It's completely wrong, completely fucked up,
Right, and besides as fucked up as the laws are presently, even with dealing with the present, doesn't it seem a little extra fucked up that they can go back in time and fuck you?
Yeah, that's why I was so confused. That's why I was saying I wish that they would have, that year when they accepted my taxes and we went on to the next year, that's when that should have been brought up. Not a few years later when the business is closed down. That's completely not fair. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how can they do that? And so it sucks. It really sucks that they could just go and just fuck with people like that after saying, oh, we're going to accept it, and then turning around and say, oh, we changed our mind. And they take advantage of people that, have businesses like medical marijuana that are legal in California, and they're like, how can we fuck with these businesses? Because we don't think that they should be legal, and Californians are all crazy. Like, this is ridiculous. And all these other states, Colorado, they're going against us. So let's make examples of them. How can we make examples? And it's like they're sitting around at, this little table going, or sitting at home smoking a joint going, I got a new idea. Let's go after their taxes from a few years ago. That'll really fuck with them. Yeah, that'll shut them down. And it's just like, dude, we voted this in, and it's just ridiculous how they could just take advantage of people that are basically following the laws. Like, I followed all the laws, always consulting with my lawyer, always consulting with my CPA. It's not like I had some illegal operation. I'm just trying to just make money, really helping sick people that are coming there with doctor's letters recommended from medical doctors. And it's just like, I could understand if, I'm running it out of my living room and just, selling weed to everybody that walks in saying, oh, yeah,
who stole the fucking dope?
It's a soundbite.
You know what I'm saying? It's like these were seen by medical doctors, and these were voted in by Californians. And then the federal government, they just want to fuck with us. So, yeah, I think
they're definitely doing everything they can, because last week, they decided that to repeal the ban on the marijuana dispensers. So today, there's updates on the news all day because they're right now they're trying to decide which. They say there's too many dispensaries, so they want to shut a bunch of them down and leave only a number of them up. So they're always trying to counter every inch of movement in the right direction made. And that always will be the deal. So,
and here's the deal with that. I don't mean to cut you off, but they're saying they want to go back to the original 186. There's only about 70 left, maybe 60 left of the original 186. Mine was an original 186. And they keep referring back to that after most of the 186 from 2006 have been shut down or been fucked with by the government or the state, or they just couldn't stay open because there's so many dispensaries. So now they're going to resort back to maybe 40 dispensaries, and that's not fair to all these sick patients all over California where they can go in on any corner and buy alcohol, but they have to go miles and miles away to get, to get the right medicine that they're looking for.
Right, obviously. Let's go to the callers. Jeff, welcome to RVD Radio. Dude, what up?
Hi, Rob.
How are you?
I'm not bad.
All right, man. Tell your voice that.
Huh?
All right, cool, man. Well, you're on the line with me and Kushinator and Matt Denton right now, and Mr. Bruce Jingles is on hold. He just called in. I'm going to let him through, but did you have a question or comment?
I don't know. How are you doing, Rob?
Dude, I'm doing pretty good, regardless of how my voice sounds. I'm a little bit under the weather. About once every year or so, I get a little bit of a cold. That's usually about as sick as I get. By the way, if you've never thought about it, and I don't just mean you, Jeff, but anybody listening, pro wrestling is not a job where you're allowed to be sick. I don't care if you're throwing up and have diarrhea. The rule of show business is the show must go on. And when you are feeling really, really bad, you just suck it up. You don't say, oh, you know what? I can't get out in the ring tonight, because they've been advertising your ass for 2 months and sold tickets for people to see you. So that's something a lot of people don't think about. But I'm good. I won my X Division World title with this little cold in my throat. Didn't slow me down there.
Congrats.
Thanks, dude. Bruce Jingles, you know all about show business.
Yeah, hey, you sound like shit.
Bruce Jingles, motherfucker.
No, dude, that don't sound right.
Yeah, should I just hang up?
No, it's good.
I was going to try to wait and do a radio show when my voice sounded better, but I gave it a few days and still can't find the voice. I looked under my couch and everywhere.
Where'd you lose your voice at Bound for Glory?
In that little space between the driver's seat and the center console where you lose everything.
Oh, dude, you should check your glove department, dude. It might be in there. Actually,
it was last Sunday. Last Sunday when I got in from wherever the fuck I was on Saturday, they had a Kush day here. It was like bands playing all day from noon till midnight. Kushinator was performing, and he was all excited, and he wanted me to go to to support, and Yuck Mouth was playing, and it was like a advocate and band day, and I got there that night, and a lot of people out back were like passing around stuff, and I looked at all these hippies, and I was like, dude, I don't, when it's a lot of people I don't know, I'm like, dude, I don't know, I don't want to get sick or something, and as soon as I had that thought in my head, I think I felt it go in me. The next day I felt it in my sinus.
Oh, yeah. If you're at Weedapalooza with all those fucking hippies, dude.
This one old dude walks around all day barefoot, like all over L.A. City, downtown. Crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's that dude. That's the dude that got you sick.
Yeah, that's when the thought went through my head, for sure. But
that guy works for Normal.
He does.
Yeah. SVD's in the house, by the way, walking in. Say hi to Bruce Jingles.
Hi, SVD.
Everybody. Kushinator. Kushinator. 5 on it?
What?
You got 5 on it?
Ooh, I got 5. Who's got 5 on it?
Yeah, that guy walking around with bare feet worked for Normal. He was a real normal person.
Hey,
that's fucking Yuck Mouth song. I got 5 on it. Don't make me sing it. Sing it, Kush. That's your deal. What the hell was that? Get that baby off the phone. Dude. Officer X, motherfucker.
X Division champ, what's up?
What up, Officer X Division champ?
What are you up to?
We got Kushinator and Bruce Jingles, and we got Mad Dog Matt Denton taking Nikki Starr's place. Still got Jeff on the line. I'm good, Jeff. Thanks for asking. And Sister Stevie in the room.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Listen, we're talking about going back in time and changing records like they did with Lance Armstrong. It's big news this week. They're going back 12 years, taking away all his victories. And then at that point, then what? Everyone moves up one. So if you took 8th place before, now you take 7th. I mean, you're altering all the history books, and who knows what everybody else was taking anyway. I liken it to other areas in life, too. Getting into the wrestling business, a lot of guys do what others would consider cheating. Or anything is cheating if it's something you don't want to do or you think it's wrong, but if you did it, it would get you ahead. You know what I mean? Like to get into business, sometimes some guys take steroids. Some other guys that we know to get into the business, the championship belt, they might suck a cock.
Okay. Take off the echo.
Yeah,
what is that? Is that you, Jingles?
Yeah, that's hell.
It's what? Hold on.
There's an echo.
Yeah,
You know what? I think Officer X has a speakerphone.
I'll call right back. No, I'm not on speaker. I'll call right back.
All right, because I want to talk about going back and changing people's, their guilty, innocent verdict. Call me back, motherfucker. Yeah, he fucked our shit up. So, Bruce, I don't know if you're a sports fan or not, but then they do that sometimes with athletes, right? They go back and they say, okay, none of that shit counts now.
Yeah, because what they do is when the athlete gets busted so hard, like at Lance Armstrong, they're going to go back into everything. They're going back and take his high school shit from him. Now,
do you have any problems with that, or are you fine with that? Because I feel a little conflicted about it.
I don't know. I think some athletes should take performance enhancing. I think in a better world, there was a graphic novel that Marvel came out with called Super Boxers. I don't know if you remember it. It was set in the future, and boxing was, again, the number one sport, but they gave them performance-enhancing drugs, and they made them like super soldiers in the ring.
Okay.
I think that would be interesting. Do I totally agree with it? No.
Yeah, Officer X just called back, so I don't know where's that noise?
No, hold on.
What the hell is that noise?
No, it's at the swing set. I'm playing with the swing set. What's going on?
Oh, okay. All right. So, Officer X, when somebody gets released from jail because new evidence says that they were wrongly convicted, what happens then? You go back and you fuck this person out of 10 years of their life. You obviously can't give that back. You try to compensate them with a check. What happens?
Yeah, you get paid. You get paid, but, I mean, there's not enough money for that, you know?
There's not enough money for that, and the guy is still is the next convict. He's been convicted.
No. Everything gets exonerated, but I mean, it still is what it is, you know. But I mean, I'm with you. I mean, the guy with the records, fuck it. How you gonna like I remember UMass basketball got the records taken away, right? Because they said that one of the basketball players got a gift from some guy or something. 2 years later, what are you gonna do? Play the game over again? You know, it is what it is. If you pull it off, you pull it off.
I think it's like once in a while with pro wrestling, they'll do an angle where they try to get the referee to review a tape. Look, he clearly held the ropes when he pinned me. Okay, but that happens every fucking night. And, this wrestler, he pulled my hair. Okay, but you know what I mean? I mean, that's like on the stage. It works like that. You pointed out. And once the pin is there, it's done. I don't care if you got tripped from the outside or someone threw you outside, he came out of the chair and threw you in. If the ref didn't see it, and the ref says 1, 2, 3 and counts you down, it's done. I mean, shouldn't life kind of mimic that?
Yeah, to an example.
What's that?
That's why they won't let you bet on Vegas, because they can't fix it. Bet on wrestling in Vegas because they can't fix it. There's none of this replay shit.
Right. Who said life mimics that, Kush?
Yeah, that's why I love wrestling, because that's just the way it's a representation of life. It's like people are going to cheat. There's good guys. There's bad guys.
Yeah.
People are going to slip their way by the referee, and whatever the referee counts, that's the way it is. Good, bad. That's just a representation of the way life is. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's
I was making this thought earlier. I said, like, if you think about considering the chances of cheating, like, well, I don't know if it's worth it, but I might get ahead, I might get a career out of it, or, I could fuck everything else up if I get caught. Boom, if you got away with it, I kind of feel like you got away with it. It's not like the evidence is irrelevant at some point. Once it's exposed, then it's like, okay, you got away with it by cheating. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. And it's the same thing with everything that happens. If it happens, it happens. That's just the way it is. But then are you going to be looked at, now if you get caught, you're going to be looked at as like this person that cheated. But you can't just take stuff away from people, and you can't go back. I just think that it's just to make you look bad. If you did it bad, no one's ever going to trust you again. You know what I'm saying?
I think it is about, it's like symbolism. I think like, okay, we have to do something, right? Like, just like, okay, Michael Phelps smoked pot. We have to consider taking away his medal. Should we do it? We have to let everyone know that we're considering it, so that everybody knows, that cheaters don't win, and and then we're just going to automatically assume that the guy in second place, he got fucked, he got cheated, but we don't know that. He might have been on more shit than the guy that got first.
No, actually,
is it Michael Phelps?
I'm sorry. Didn't the first thing that not Phelps, Lance Armstrong won, like after they took the title away from him, like they found out that people through 2 through 9 were also on drugs. So it was the person who came in 10th place who was actually number 1.
But Rob, even look at this Roger Clemens thing with baseball. They spent like $15 or $20 million because someone said Roger Clemens was on the gas during baseball. I mean, who cares? Who cares? That kind of price. You got cities going bankrupt, people not eating, and you're spending $10 million to find out if a baseball player took a growth.
Exactly. It just shows where your priorities are. You care more about your athlete. Yeah.
I know a wrestler that was the WWE champion and ECW champion at the same time. He got busted for possession of marijuana. He had to drop the straps. He got suspended for 30 days. But should they have gone back in time if they found out that he had been consuming the marijuana while he won that title? Should they investigated that and said maybe he didn't win it by the rules anyway and make it and erase my record like I'm not even in the fucking book anymore?
That's exactly what I'm on it. Let's start the internet petition here today.
Rob, I have a question. Rob.
All right, we need some order in the court. Who wants to talk?
I'll talk. Is weed supposed to make you stupid, or is it supposed to be an enhancer? Because everybody that smokes, they're like, oh, don't smoke because it makes you stupid. So when did it start to become an enhancer, a sports enhancer? You know what I'm saying?
In my experience, and of course I've written stories about this for pop magazines like Cannabis Culture magazine, and I think Skunk. And from my experience, though, besides myself looking at it as a life enhancer prospectively, I first noticed the outer world looking at marijuana use as an advantage with Nick Diaz when he got busted for after winning a fight, and then they took the win away from him and they were suspended him, and they said that it was an actual enhancement. That's the first time I ever heard of it was in reference to Nick Diaz.
Because they usually say if you smoke, it's going to make you stupid. You're not going to be able to concentrate, this and that. And now all of a sudden, now they're realizing that, oh, it can be an enhancer because it makes you think outside the box and it gives you other creative outlooks to look at things. It's just like, make up your mind. What is it? And it's just an herb. It's not. It's like if you put some herbs in your tea, is that considered a sports enhancer? Why is marijuana the only herb that is considered a sports enhancer now?
That movie Bigger, Stronger, Faster that I recommend people to watch, it really covers this too. It's about steroids, but they go into this exact argument, what is an enhancer. And they even go to like bands, like symphony bands. They take this fucking drug, the same thing that pilots take, I guess, to keep themselves awake. And they say, absolutely, I take it to enhance my performance. He questions, like, well, is that cheating or is that wrong or right? Hey, while I got you guys on, Bruce and Matt and Cushy, because Officer X had to go save somebody, I've done a couple podcasts recently, been guests on other people's shows, and I'm thinking about possibly changing this to a podcast. I don't know. I know that iTunes makes it a podcast so people can get it, but it's kind of just like our own little thing we do on a small scale. I did Jay Moore's More Stories the other day. It hasn't come out yet. He said it'll be after the 23rd because I wanted to plug our are we doing John Lovett's Club October 23rd, Bruce? Brucey.
Okay.
Oh, are we doing John Lovett's on the 23rd?
I can't hear you.
What the fuck?
Are you
Is he doing John Lovett's on the 23rd?
Oh, yes. Yes, I can hear that. Yes, I'm doing John Lovett's on the 23rd.
Okay, so anyway.
8 o'clock. I'm sorry, you just sounded kind of like.
Huh. All right, yo. Well, I'm trying to.
Translate.
Oh, okay, yeah, you translate. Anyway, Jay told me that the More Stories podcast I did would come on sometime after that, so I just snuck that plug in there. But anyway, we were in his studio, and he has like a big editing machine and has somebody like controlling shit. But I did Joe McDonald's recently, and he just has like a little. He carries around like a little hand recorder, and I'm thinking I could do it that way easy when I'm on the road with TNA, get someone off for a side and just one-on-one talk to them for like an hour. I don't know if I can take phone calls. I don't know. But Jay Moore has asked me if I'd be interested in doing a podcast on his network, which would be a much bigger scale show. And I'm thinking about it right now, giving it some consideration. And so far, it seems like I could do almost like what we're doing here, maybe.
Yeah, it would go live audio, and then a few hours later, then you upload the video, and then you could match it to it. I think that's how they do it.
I think video is optional. I think he did want it. He said something about starting out audio and eventually doing video, but I guess I'm going to ask him more questions about it. But if so, then we might be doing that possibly in the near future. I'll keep you guys posted. And then that would mean we're not using Blog Talk Radio anymore. But there's some money in doing podcasts, and with Blog Talk Radio, this thing not only does it not bring in any money, I pay like $40 a month just to be able to use the switchboard and shit.
Yeah, it's like $3.99 a year.
What's that?
It's like $399 a year, and it's fucking ridiculous. I run like 3 or 4 different radio shows right now, and I don't pay anybody a dime. Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. I like the convenience of it, and like you and Nikki Starr help me out and shit. But I'm gonna be looking into that thing with Jay and. Like I said, that'd be a much larger scale because those guys get, tens of thousands of subscribers, and that would be good for everything. To plug shit we want to plug, like for instance, this weekend, RVD will be in Savannah, Georgia on Sunday, which is the 28th. No, it's not, it's the 21st. And on the 20th, I'll be in Macon, Georgia. So anyone in Georgia, if you know TNA's coming and you wonder if RVD's going to be there, fuck yeah, man. I'll see you Saturday the 20th in Macon and 21st in Savannah, GA. If you haven't been listening to my audio blogs on robvandam.com, I've been doing them almost daily. Like it's sometimes it's 2 minutes, sometimes it's 5 minutes, but it's like a little mini update of whatever the fuck I have to talk about, and it's real easy because Matt Detonator and I think you hooked me up with that, didn't you? You and Tapass, one of you guys or both of you, gave me the iPadio shit, and that's just awesome. I just call, record it, shoot it over, bam! And then people hit me up on Twitter, dude, loved your audio blog. My favorite so far, my favorite RVD radio episode is still the argument over wrestlers' insurance with Booker T. The debate, I should say. But we recently had a audio blog conference call, myself and Sabu, who may not be calling in after all. I'm going to text him again right now. And we were debating with Dave DeFalco over Batista's MMA fight, and it was ridiculous because DeFalco's ridiculous. But you can look that up and hear that. And it's right there at robvandam.com. Go to the little red target at the bottom that looks like Target Store. Right back to the phone lines when I go to Brian from New Orleans. What up, Brian?
Hey, RVD, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Thanks for calling in.
No problem. I actually had a question for Kushinator, if he's up to it.
Fuck yeah, you up to a question, Kushinator?
I'm always up for questions.
First of all, Sean, I've been following your case for like a year, man, and it's just, it's been really interesting to follow, and, it's all kinds of fucked up. In fact, I was the guy at the TNA show with the Save Sean Kush 420 sign. So I really probably. I was wondering, with the repeals in California, you're going to be trying to open up your shop again?
I'm going to be actually talking about that in detail on episode 100 that's coming up next week. and I got to wait and actually speak to my lawyer about all the details that I can give because I want to be able to talk about it, but I don't want to do nothing to screw up the case, and screw up my lawyer what he's doing. But yeah,
he's talking about episode 100 of Haspar TV, by the way, folks.
Yeah, Haspar.tv. Watch it on YouTube. We're coming out with episode 100. RVD's a producer on it. It's fucking awesome, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about all that, all the details. But like, I can answer like general questions about it. But yeah, if you want to find out the details next week. But yeah, ask me a general question about it.
Okay. And if anybody saw the trailer at RVNAM.com that was up for several weeks on the Boardwalk Empire, The Rise and Fall of Medical Kush Beach Club, that documentary on Kush that myself and Tommy Chong are executive producers on is on hold right now. That's why you're not hearing a lot about it. It's on hold till he's done with this battle with the courts, and when it's time to tell the whole story of what happened, bam, we have a hell of a way to show it to you. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, and I can't give up what's going to actually happen in the movie because I really don't even know what's going to happen because the movie is going to result in what's going to happen in court. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the actual, hopefully the end of the movie, or if I reopen, it'll be, hopefully that showing the new dispensary, or if I don't reopen, showing the direction I'm going to go into, or whatever with Kushinator. Yeah, and also don't forget, you and everybody else, pick up Kushinator's The Whole Effing Show on iTunes. That's RVD's entrance music that's played every week by TV.
Yeah, were you pretty stoked watching Bound for Glory and hearing that play after I won my match?
Oh, dude, it was awesome. So basically, here's a question for the dude that called in asking me a question. Wouldn't it be awesome if RVD came out with his own custom X Division belt with dragons and yin-yangs on it?
You need your own X Division belt. Oh, congratulations, by the way. But
that would be cool, like I did to the Money in the Bank briefcase, right?
Yeah,
that would be. Yeah, you need your own custom belt. It would be awesome if that released on too, but it can't. So it should have dragons and fire and smoke to give it the reference of the marijuana. And some
painted smoke on it, or it should actually have smoke coming out of it.
You should have smoke
that would be
on it.
Sick. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the creative RVD we love. Smoke coming out of the belt with fire.
Yeah, Joe Holland, my airbrush artist, he also airbrushed that Money in the Bank briefcase. He's the guy that I always go to, and the images that he paints are replicated on all those action figures. RVD's got 2 new TNA action figures coming out. One's already done. I don't know if it's out. Someone had an advanced copy. I signed it at Bound for Glory. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I don't have this one. He's got a new RVD action figure, and then they want me to send them pictures of an outfit, which I have to do after the show for another one coming out. So for me, that's exciting news because I'm an action figure collector.
So the new RVD action figure, if you send in 2 proofs of purchase, you get a free joint.
that's the Silent Bob and Jay, which someone actually had taken the accessories out of the Silent Bob's case and put it in a custom RVD figure for me. I think you've seen that one downstairs in my green room.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Hey, and a quick question. I have 2 questions. One's for Kushinator. Are you following? I'm sure you follow the other owners of clinics stories. Are you following any of that Aaron Sandusky trial? Do you know who he is?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
He was the owner of the G3 Holistic, that was my local dispensary. He's doing it 10 to life. They're sentencing him. They found him guilty of 2 counts of trafficking. 2 counts of trafficking.
What do you mean? What was he trafficking?
Weed. He had weed.
So, I mean, did he have all the licenses? Did he go through...
you want to smoke the marijuana?
Yeah, he had everything.
Yeah.
Well, his problem was his problem was he fought the government and lost.
Oh,
like he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, you don't want to fight the government. I'm in court fighting the state of California.
Yeah, no, he's fighting federal. He went to federal court and lost.
Yeah, see, mine is a different case because they're not coming after me for that. They're coming after me for this big conspiracy that they're just making up in their head because I managed the doctor's office and I had a dispensary. They're going after me for something that's totally, totally different than any other case.
There's nothing like that, penis breath!
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes my case so different. And it's going to be groundbreaking because I was managing a doctor's office and I was running a dispensary, and they're pulling in this huge conspiracy with money laundering and all this just crazy bullshit. But that's what they like to do, and it's fucked up that they can do that, is we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, and basically, because it's marijuana or anything marijuana related, they just...
You're automatically guilty.
You're automatically guilty, and it's just ridiculous, and it's not fair because we're all innocent. Basically, we're all doing... It's not like we're selling drugs illegally. All of us that are in court for this have gotten the licenses and have done this properly. Does the government want to go in and fuck with us, and the state... When they get confused about things or they twist things around, they like to twist things around. And if it's not black and white for them exact, then they just make assumptions. And they don't even ask you questions. They just come in and they go, "We're taking everything. We're raiding you. You're fucked." And it's just like, dude, just come in here and ask me questions, and I'll show you all the paperwork. Nope, we came up with our assumptions, and you're open, so you're screwed. And it's just like, dude, just come in and talk to me, man. Please, I'm a businessman. I have sick people coming in here. I'm not a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been convicted of anything, and that's usually how this goes. But if your friend, if he had any other convictions, that's a way that they can come in and fuck with you. If you're on probation, basically you're already guilty until proven innocent. That's another thing is they want to fuck with me and they want to try and put me on probation. And I'm not down for that because if they put you on probation and a cop comes up to you or you're in a situation, you're basically guilty and you're going to jail and you have to prove yourself innocent. And that's not fair how they fuck with innocent people going, oh, let's work this out, just go on probation. And then you're basically fucked again. You know what I'm saying? They like to fuck you. They like to take advantage of you, and it's not fair. Right, RVD?
Yes, they fuck you at the drive-thru. So I have a question for both of you. So do you think if I can go back in time and prove that Tommy Rich fought Jim Barnett to get the heavyweight championship belt, that maybe I could have that erased?
But then you're going to
So you're saying if you had the power to go back in time, you'd alter wrestling matches, known wrestling matches, or you'd alter screw jobs?
Did you see Hot Tub Time Machine?
I guess.
Yeah, awesome movie. I love that movie.
It is awesome.
I didn't. I can't believe you'd watch it, Kush, and I knew you'd watch it, Bruce Jingles. All right.
Well, my friend Craig is in it, so.
All right.
Kind of obliged.
It looks like Sabu is not calling in, but that's kind of standard for him. But I can tell everybody that he is fine because I do talk to him. Officer X had to save somebody's life. Jingles, October 23rd, John Lovett's Club, City Walk in Universal up there in Studio City. We're going up on stage, huh?
Yep.
How much time should RVD prepare for?
I think 7.
That's not very much, yo.
I think 7.
You got anything else?
There's going to be a lot of medicinals there.
You got anything else to plug? What about that deal?
Yeah, I'm in Selma, California this Saturday. Tickets on sale right now. If you go to Comedian Bruce Jingles on my Facebook, and you get the address and everything, tickets are $15. This Tuesday, I'm at John Lovett's Club in Hollywood. Tickets sell now. And Wednesday, I'm in West Covina at Brunswick Comedy Night at the Brunswick Bowling Alley. It's only $10 there, and it's in West Covina, California, right down the street from the pad. Well, if your street was 20 miles away. But
did you want to mention that link or not?
Yeah, hang on. If you, what's going on is my stepdaughter is getting ready to have a baby, and she needs a little help because she was married, and she's recently going through a divorce, and the husband just bailed on her and everything, so she needs help because the doctor in the hospital room's already paid for it. She just needs the help with the doctor, and that's $1,600. If you'd like to donate to PayPal, go to ericastrada.gmail, and you can just at gmail.com, and you can send it like $5 or whatever. I mean, it's nothing. Whatever helps. And I really appreciate it. I wouldn't ask anybody of this, but she just really needs help, and she's really stressed out, and we're trying to help her. So
you never asked for anything else. That's why I knew it was important to you and thought you might want to mention it on the air. And Kushinator, where can we get your CDs? You want 2 CDs? You want 2 CDs left in your mouth? Yes.
You can pick up Kushinator CDs on iTunes, and you should watch Hashbar TV next week, like I said, episode 100. And TNA Wrestling, if you're listening in, when are you going to let Kushinator play RVD to the Ring live on TV?
Dude, somebody was really impressed, by the way, at Phoenix. Because we did the fan access where the fans come up in big lines and we sign for a couple hours. And a fan had me sign a photo that they took, and I had a Kushinator shirt on, and I knew it was that time that we were in Ontario when you played me live out to the ring. So I looked at the family at the picture, and I went, I remember this. This was California, right? Ontario? And they were real impressed because they thought I remembered them, but I really remembered the Kushinator T-shirt. They were excited.
I mean, it was awesome when we played you to the ring live. We want to do it live on TV. We get so many like fans like comment on Facebook like, dude, when are you going to be playing? People thought we were going to be playing you to the ring live on Bound for Glory when you're going to be winning that X Division belt. But
and they also hoped that you would play me live Thursday nights at 8 o'clock on Spike TV.
Exactly. When's it going to happen? We're down. We'll fly ourselves out there, TNA.
All right, cool. There you go. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. If you didn't learn anything, if you cheat and you get caught, you might get away with it, or you might not, or you might think you got away with it, but you still might not, and it may come back to haunt you later on, and then you're still fucked. So probably don't cheat. Probably use your own standards. That's what I do. All right, cool, everybody. Thanks for the show. Let's do it again soon, but not real soon. Okay, bye.
Thanks, man.
You're listening to RVD Radio.
Homo, yo.
Smoke weed.
Back down. The whole fucking show.
Yeah, good.
Back down. The whole fucking show. Stop the needle! Drop back down! The whole fucking show! Drop back down! The whole fucking show! I said I got straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! You get down to straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! Drop back down!
420.
The whole fucking show!
420.
Drop back down!
420.
The whole fucking show!
Which one?